Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blown to Bits, the podcast where we talk about all things nerdy and mostly video games. I am joined today by
Charlie,
Adam. Oh, sorry.
There we go.
My bad.
gung ho tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, what have you guys been up to?
Oh, nothing but Warframe.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I was going to say, let me introduce the podcast and say the podcast where we try not to talk about Warframe.
That's all I've done every night, every day. I dream about it.
Good dreams or bad dreams?
It's like, what am I going to do next? I failed my mastery test today.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was 13.
Which test was it?
It's another one where you have to jump on the disappearing platforms and shoot the guys before the platforms disappear under you. But in this one, they're like placed really far apart.
Oh.
I just had a hard time jumping to them.
Like kind of like a challenge level or something?
Yeah, to level up your character, your account, you do mastery challenges.
Okay.
And they get harder as they progress.
Okay.
The first one and
well, like what it does is you get XP to level up, and then when you reach your level up, instead of just leveling up like you do in other games for your account, like it'll say your mastery test is ready, and you have to take a test before you can level up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So it's like a license of sorts.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you fail it, you have to wait 24 hours to take it again.
Oh, okay.
So I have to wait for tomorrow night to take it, which sucks because my favorite shotgun is locked behind level 13.
Oh, so it's just the next one out.
Are you talking about the Tigris?
Yeah, the Tigris Prime.
Ooh, that sounds feisty.
It's a double-barrel shotgun that will, if you mod it right, will like one-shot anything in the game.
Damn. That sounds pretty intense.
Have you tried Warframe yet?
Not yet. I'm getting up the courage to do that, but me playing online, it's hard. I actually hopped on...
You can play Warframe solo.
Yeah. And Warframe is one of those games where people don't really voice chat.
Okay.
You'll get one person with a mic like every 10 matches, and even then nobody talks.
Right.
You just kind of go in, do your thing together, and then leave.
Okay. What if somebody's like lagging behind? Do you get real mad at them? No,
because if you go to extraction, if there's two of you, one person, like half of the people have to be on extraction to leave. So if there's two of you, you just go to extraction and it'll automatically like leave the match in 30 seconds.
Okay.
And if there's like four of you, just two of you have to get on it and it'll leave in a minute.
Okay.
So you can't be a dick and just stay in the match.
Warframe is pretty much the American version of Phantasy Star Online.
Okay. All right.
I think it's better.
I think
check it out.
I think I like PSO a little bit better, but that's a hard call for me to make because Warframe is so good. But I'm sorry, Charlie, I interrupted you. You said speaking of online.
No, I was actually I jumped online for Smash Brothers, the new Smash Brothers Ultimate online for the first time.
How'd you do?
Got my ass handed to me multiple times, and it was incredibly disheartening because I'm normally like one of the better players, like around the group of friends that I'm in, and they're pretty skilled. They can throw some hands, but it's just hard. It's an ego slap, really, for me.
Well, Smash is one of those games where the skill gap is like a fucking cliff. Like, you're either at the bottom of the cliff or you're at the top of the cliff and you truly understand how to play the game correctly.
Right.
And you don't know you're at the bottom of the cliff until somebody pisses on you from the top of the cliff.
I guess so. A little bit. It was just devastating seeing my, like, the GSP or something, global smash points or something, just, like, plummet from, like, I think it was, like, starting at, like, 500,000 or a million or something. Like, I'm at, like, 200,000 right now. Yeah, it's just like I couldn't win for the life of me. Even with some of the characters that I thought I was good at, I just couldn't handle it.
So they don't have, like, ranked matches?
Well, I was just playing, like, a quick match, so it was just, like, kind of casual. It wasn't, like, matchmaking so much, I guess, but, if I'm not doing that great against, like, people that, you just start out with, I don't know. Might have to bump my CPU level down to 3 out of 10.
Well, if you do ranked matches, I think it'll
practice.
start pairing you against people that are around like your skill set, you know?
Right. But even then, you know, I'm probably not all that good. So, you know, I think I get more enjoyment out of playing that, you know, offline.
I'm the same
just,
way.
like, setting personal challenges myself that way.
I'm nasty good with Bowser and
PvE.
stuff. Oh yeah, you're a PvE guy, but I'm nasty good with like Bowser and stuff. But I know how the game is played in high level because I watch a lot of tournaments and I play with a lot of people that are really, really good. But I don't enjoy playing that, like practicing to that level in that game.
Yeah,
It's got to be stressful.
Yeah, I mean, it's an undertaking. It's like, you know, you're not just picking up a game for the sake of, I guess, enjoying the game. You're picking up a game to be, like, really good and skilled at it.
It's the competitive.
Yeah.
Competitive.
And I've just never been, like, that big of a competitive person, so...
Oh, man, I've seen you play some joust pretty hardcore.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess,
In
like...
some Rocket
as-
League, you get pretty angry. You get
Like-
some road rage in that
Like,
game.
if I'm, like, working on a team, like, against computers or something like that, like, you know, that's a lot of fun. I like besting, like, a program, which, you know, is something I just has been ingrained in me since, you know, I grew up playing, you know, old Nintendo and stuff. So, I don't know. But, you know, I might hop back on here and again, just not pick Luigi. You know, as much as I want to be good with Luigi, it's not in the cards for me, I guess.
He's not a bad character. If you really just want to steamroll people, just watch some videos on YouTube of how to play King K. Rool and just play K. Rool.
Right. Tossing the crown, then the cannonball, then... Oh, and just... there's some wicked loops you could get people in with that guy.
Yeah, K. Rool is one of the highest tier characters in the game, so he's a nasty motherfucker.
He's beastly. He's got a counter, too. It's great.
And his down smash is like the funniest thing in the whole world. Or it might be his up smash, the one where he like planks like a board and just falls forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even seen any gameplay of it.
Oh, no? Man,
I don't even know what it looks like.
I'll have to bring it over next time. We'll play
It's
a little bit before the next
pretty.
podcast. Yeah.
I mean, for a
Better
Switch
than the,
game, it's really, really pretty.
Does it look better than the N64 version?
Yeah.
Cube.
Yeah. I mean,
Well-
it's good throwing back on those old 64 stages, too.
Yes, it is. And I will say this, though. The 64 Smash, for as, you know, blocky and, you know, pixelated as it was, I really enjoyed the way they presented the graphics in that game. I thought it looked really good, and it still kind of holds up in a sort of nostalgic way.
Yeah, there's a lot of little clever cameos in the backgrounds, like certain details that you didn't necessarily see at first. But it was really cool to catch those in the pause menus.
Dude, I need to get an N64 again. I had one, and I had like a decent collection of all like the good games. I had like 20 or 30, and I ended up selling all of it so I could afford a PS4 when it came out.
Right. I saw a collection, like somebody around here locally was selling like a Nintendo 64 bundle where it had like 4 controllers, like 12 games, but they were like all the good games. Like Jet Force Gemini, GoldenEye, you know.
Jet
both
Force
Zeldas
Gemini!
and-
That's
Yeah.
my favorite N64 game ever.
It was legit. There was like a Mario Party and like, you know, Smash was in there
How much
too.
was he selling it
It was
for?
like $300 for all that, you know, expansion pack.
It's a lot. I'd pay $150 for it.
But to find like all those good games like in one place.
Yeah, you can go down to the mall and get them.
Yeah, but getting those pieced out separate might cost you a little bit more.
It might
and
actually,
with
yeah,
how
with some of those
places
games.
price.
Because Smash Brothers, I've seen Smash Brothers go at used video game chains and stuff like that in mom and pop shops for as much as like $40 or $50.
Yeah, it never surprises me to see it like priced for $35. So, you know, but you know,
Keep an eye out.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a grandma with a garage sale somewhere.
That's what I always look for.
$10.
Like in this town, like where I am, they have a lot of garage sales, and I'll drive around and I'll see some like old couple having one. I'm like, I think I'm just gonna go stop and see if they're stupid enough to sell some video games that are worth a lot for cheap. And occasionally, I have found like a buddy of mine, he was helping a guy clean out his house one time, and Charlie, you're going to shit a brick when you hear this. He was helping this guy clean out his house, and the guy had a bunch of Sega Saturn games in there.
Oh, dude.
And guess what he found sealed in the bottom of the pile? Like, unopened.
A cockroach.
Haha.
Was it Guardian Legends? No.
Guardian Heroes is what you're thinking
Heroes,
of.
yeah.
That's a good game. No, he found Panzer Dragoon Saga.
No.
Yes. Sealed. Like, that shit's worth like $500 or $600 sealed.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a diamond in a rough, really.
Yeah, and the guy just let him have it. Like, it was just like, here, and he immediately got a hold of me. I think it was on like MySpace or Facebook or something. This was a while ago. And he immediately got a hold of me. He was like, dude, you're never going to believe what this guy gave me.
I just took it. He gave it to me. Genius.
I've never even heard of that game.
It's just a hard to find one. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good
I
game.
never actually played it.
I've played a little bit of it. It's an RPG. Just like, did you ever play Legend of Dragoon on PS1?
Sounds familiar.
I played the demo.
Why is it worth $500 though?
It's so rare, and Sega Saturn was a niche system in the U.S. It didn't do very well.
Right.
So a lot of the games that were really good on it and sought after are where they weren't produced as much, because companies were afraid to mass produce their games, in a market that was volatile.
Yeah. In Japan, it did pretty good.
Oh, yeah. In Japan, it was a
That's
great
good in
system.
Japan.
Right. They know their stuff over there.
I think the Sega Saturn was probably one of the most fun systems I had growing up. I owned that instead of a PlayStation. It was really, really good. They had a hilarious fighting game I used to play on it called Fighters Megamix. And it was basically Virtua Fighter versus Fighting Vipers. But they would like throw random characters in there too. So you had like Sonic the Hedgehog characters in there. And then, no shit, one of the characters was the car from Daytona, USA, and it would stand up on its back wheels and punch with its front wheels. It was so funny. No, that game was fun. And, of course, like Charlie said, Guardian Heroes was on it. That was a really, really good game. In fact, you probably remember Guardian Heroes, Ryan. I got it for us on 360.
Yes.
It was like that really crazy side-scroller.
Yeah, it had a really good remastered,
I really liked that game. It was hard.
It was tricky.
They're the same people that made, you remember that Mischief Makers game I did that episode of the Vigistore on?
Yes.
That's the same company that made Guardian Heroes.
Okay. Have you watched Adam's little YouTube?
I haven't seen that one.
He did like 3 videos.
No.
I kept yelling at him to do more, and he doesn't.
He wants
He
me to
will
make more.
soon enough.
He does really good YouTube videos that explain certain concepts of video games or about a video game in a manner which I can understand.
Right. So the layman can, follow along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did a video on pre-rendered graphics and stuff like that to kind of explain those, but I don't know, it's just so hard to find the time. Like, I can't even find the time to clean my own fucking house.
It's tough. Well, I mean, you got some kids that are growing up, so soon enough you'll be able to get them to clean up.
Yeah. Once the kid's a little older...
You strap that baby to your chest.
Just do my YouTube videos that way?
Just got one of those little harnesses in the front. And that's how I pretty much lived my life the first year Cece was born.
I would, but this baby is fucking crazy when she gets close to you. Like, nuts. Like, she'll start, like, she rips at my lip ring and starts, like, clawing my face and stuff, and she's not doing it to be mean, she just gets crazy and, like, overwhelmed.
First thing she wants to do is just rip your face off.
Yeah. I mean, she's a sweetheart. Like, she's real nice. Like, she gets too excited and she plays really rough. Like, she'll punch you and start slapping you really hard, And, I mean, she's a baby, so she doesn't really understand.
Right.
Yeah, those little fingernails, though, they can scratch.
Oh, my God, dude. They're like tiny little knives, man. They hurt so bad.
I've had kittens. I know what it's like.
It's the same thing.
All right? Just tiny little pointy needles and death daggers.
Speaking of people beating you up, Mortal Kombat 11 got announced. Or not announced, the gameplay was shown. And did you watch the reveal, Ryan?
No, the only video I watched recently about video games was another Anthem review.
Oh, were there?
No, I mean, I don't care about fighting games, so I wouldn't watch Mortal Kombat, even if it was on my recommended.
Dude, this
it
one
looks to be pretty fun. Like, I'm not good at fighting video games, apparently. But apparently I'm still getting used to this fact. But throwing hands in some Mortal Kombat, like, whether you're good or not, is just a lot of fun.
It is.
Adam ruined me on fighting games.
Oh, here we go again. We've heard this one.
You can't. You just
can't do it. Just couldn't learn your footsies or whatever. No footsies for Ryan.
No, dude.
That's okay.
The new Mortal Kombat looks brutal. The fatalities and everything were crazy looking in this one.
Yeah, there's one where, like, literally a face is ripped off.
Yeah, that was Baraka. It's like he pulls their face off, and then they sit there, like, gushing blood, and then he rips their jaw off, and then he, like, shoves that knife on his arm into their head and pulls their brain out of their skull and takes a bite out of it. I was just like, damn.
And then he takes a bite out of it. Yep, and that's just, it's perfect.
I know what I'm getting my kids for Christmas.
Hey, I
bought
bought your kids Injustice 2 for Christmas. Do they still play that?
They played it like 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Because that's made by the same people that make Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm. No, my kids play Fortnite and Fortnite.
Yeah. I see
And
Tristan
Roblox.
on Fortnite all the time.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only game that he plays. And then Lona will play Ark Survival if I let her use my PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the one that has PlayStation Plus right now.
She likes to play that online.
Yeah, she loves Ark.
I don't understand how kids could enjoy those survival style games, like those hardcore ones, because
She just likes collecting animals. I think she gets on modded servers that are modded by other kids.
oh, okay.
Because every time I go and I look to make sure nobody's being toxic towards her,
Right.
she's always playing with other kids.
Well, those types of games attract people that are just bullies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what I would be concerned about. Is it'd be a good way for them to learn about the world. You learn pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right.
But dude, I don't know if you've ever played any of those survival games, Charlie. Have you ever played Ark?
No, I've witnessed a little bit of it. I've watched Ryan play a moment or two of it, but it's
broken.
It's to a degree, and
Until they figure out a way to get rid of the toxic alpha players, it's just you can't play it.
You can't.
Yeah.
They can literally lock down a server to where you can do nothing.
The only way you can actually survive in a survival game is to be on it 18 hours a day.
right.
That's the only way.
And to me, that's when it just stops being a game.
I mean, the people that are the alpha players, and I mean, they're people that don't have jobs, that live in their parents' basement or whatever, and that's all they do is just play Ark.
Yeah. Is there a way to actually get real money off of that, or just
No. It's a power trip. That's all it is.
If you're powerful enough, though, it's a good power trip. There's a few times that I got pretty high up there.
It's fun to squash
it was-
people, but it's only fun to me to squash people because you were so used to getting squashed by other people. That's why it's fun.
Right.
But then at that point,
I pay it forward.
Yeah, you got to pay
turn
it forward. I would prefer something that's a little more, level playing field for me. I understand I've got to start off naked on the beach to survive and stuff like that, but for me to just take 10 steps and end up at someone's base and they'll be like, "What the fuck you doing? You can't build a little hut here, you stupid little bitch," and then just stab you in the face or shoot you with a fucking cannon.
But I mean, there definitely are little gems in that game. There was at one point where it was me, Adam, and a couple of our friends. We had like a little tribe of like 5.
Mm-hmm.
And some guy on a pterodactyl came and started harassing us. And he was like picking us up and like
dropping
us and killing us. So we all ended up like crafting bows really fast, and we ended up like, hunting this guy while he was like trying to get us for a good, like 2 hours?
Yeah, it was about 2 hours.
And it was so much fun the whole time because it was like one guy on a bird
right.
versus 5 guys with, bows and sticks.
Right.
And we won.
Yeah.
We took that bird down.
It got us
we
destroyed.
killed that bird.
It got us destroyed, though, because he had friends, and they came back later and just annihilated us.
Yeah.
But no, remember I locked him in a cage.
Yeah, but we killed his bird. That was like the triumph. That was like we won because it was like really high level. It was like a level 230, like one of the highest levels. So we know it like took him like 2 weeks to level this thing up.
Damn.
So as soon as Adam got him off, I think you ended up.
I hit him with a bola.
Yeah, hit him with a bola and knocked him off his bird. And we all run around this bird and just start stabbing it with wooden spears. And it ended up taking like 5 minutes to kill this thing. It was like such a tank.
It was funny, though, because I went straight for the guy. After I bowled him, he falls to the ground. I went straight for the guy, and I hit him in the head with a club and knocked him out. And then I started dragging him back to our base and put him in a cage that he couldn't get out of. And they're sitting there just stabbing this bird. Like, I was like, oh, I guess that is important. I guess we can kill that bird. We're going to be that way. So,
just to be able to spectate that would be hilarious.
But the fun part about knocking somebody out and putting them in a cage is you can put stuff in their inventory and then force feed them like narcotics.
Oh,
and so you can keep them knocked out if you want. So you can keep them in this cage and they can't get out because you can go into their inventory and take everything off of their person, and then leave them in this cage naked. And they can't die because if they can't dehydrate or starve because you knock them out and then force feed them food and water, and you can keep them there like indefinitely.
Yeah, as long as you want to.
Yeah,
right.
If they log out, their body stays in
right,
the
that's
game.
where it stays.
So,
damn.
You're going to be a big-time troll.
Welcome back to Prison Online.
No,
People build these cages on boats and, like, travel around.
They're just like slave traders.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, there's definitely fun parts of the game. But
right. But, the bad outweighs that.
Yeah, you can't get anywhere past, the Stone Age.
Well, we did a couple times, but it was almost like they intentionally waited for us to, and then came over and had a problem when we started, getting past the Stone Age. They were just like, no, here we go, now we'll squash them. It's like, why did you wait for us to do all that work to tell us you didn't want us to fucking build a base here?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll bring, 8 T-Rexes and just eat everything.
Hey, guys.
Remember that badass tiki bridge I built for us at one time? That shit was so sick. And then they came over, and these guys thought it would be really funny to make it look stupid, so they spray painted it pink. And then after that, that was kind of funny, I was like, ha ha ha, very funny, until I realized you can't do anything about it. It's just pink. And then they ended up wiping our base, I believe. No, that was when we made friends with one of them. I can't remember what happened there. But I just remember my bridge was pink and I was mad about it.
Alliances change a lot in that game.
Fair weather friends.
We'll be friends, and then someone will sabotage and steal everything. You'll make an alliance so they can use your doors and stuff, and then they'll just go in and steal all your stuff.
Yoink. That stinks.
Kill your T-Rexes and shit.
Is that the pinnacle of the game? Is to get your own T-Rex and to be able to ride it?
To get your own dragon.
Oh, dragons are the pinnacle, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dragons, and then what was the giant T-Rex called?
I can't remember, but it was there's the one that you can only capture for an hour. It's like a Titan Saur or something like that.
Yeah, but that one's not. That one's just a big giant long neck.
But it was good for raiding.
But there's a giant T-Rex.
Oh, the Alpha.
No, not the Alpha. It's the big ones that would roam the plains.
Was it the Allosaurus?
can't remember what it's called.
Gigantosaurus.
It was a very short name. But they were
Bill.
They were really, really hard to catch. But they were like massive tanks.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got time for today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and hanging out. This has been Adam. You can find me on Twitter at Talleon. That's at Talleeon. Where can you guys be found?
You won't be finding me on Smash Online anytime soon. But you can find me on Twitter at shunt_trip.
And you can find me running the Blown to Bits Twitter and Patreon page, which we want to thank Daniel for
Thanks,
being
Dan.
our favorite Patreon. And you can find my personal photography on Instagram at RTLTC.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. We'll catch y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.